Hello, welcome to the Carousel of Conversations. You're in for a real treat. Join us as we take a spin through the past, present, and future of all things Disney. Here, where there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, just a podcast away. Let the podcast begin.
Oh my word, Noah. This is how he chooses to start an episode.
It's because Jessalyn's going.
No one got a song stuck in my head. Surprise, surprise!
I've got Jeepers Creepers stuck in my head, so you know.
Well, it's better than the other.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh my word. Hold on.
Oh my word. I've already added half of my sweet tea. I can't do an entire episode. Oh, the music ranking episode's gonna be so bad for people that play the drinking game.
Yes.
What drinking game? We won't talk about that. Anyway, well, welcome back to another episode on the Carousel of Conversations podcast. I am very excited about today's episode. I know, shocking. But today's episode, we are going to be doing our madness episode on
Craziness.
Disney characters.
Craziness
Disney
episode.
character madness, craziness.
Disney madness.
This should be called the
Mad Hatter's Great
underdog
Tournament.
one because, like, the craziness of this voting is just.
Yeah.
I did not
But let's
enjoy
just say, no, we have to, give our listeners the credit because, they showed up for
They did
these
show up.
votes.
They did show up.
just
I'll give them
Yes.
that.
Didn't go quite the way we thought they were
Yeah.
going to go.
I tried swaying the vote with my TikTok too, and it still didn't work.
It was too late because by the time you posted the TikTok, the poll went down.
Well, you know. Listen, I logged on to Facebook for the first time just so I could vote in this, okay? I'm not going to explain who I voted for, but I logged into
It's
Instagram
okay.
to vote.
I can see. I
yeah,
can
I know
see
you
who
can.
you voted for.
Did you see my name? Was it very funny?
Yes, it was. It's
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
Well, I was actually really shocked by some of these, and we'll go into that, I'm sure. But there was a lot of upsets that I didn't think were going to be the case, but it's been a super hard one. And I'd just like to share my vote right now for the final. It's this. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to pull a Noah.
That was a very Jungle Cruise-esque sounding delivery. I must comment. But yes,
That was sad.
some of us did mess up last time and showed our vote in the first round, and some of us did not understand what was going on because some of us heard what is the vote between this attraction and this attraction. You know, that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started with our episode.
Can we ask each other, when we first posted the bracket, what was the character you were hoping would go all the way? Not to where we're down now with the final four, but what was the one character from the very beginning when we posted this, who did you think was going to go all the way?
Is this a who did I want to or who did
Yes.
I think?
Yeah.
Who I want
Who
Yeah,
did
because I was
you
going to
want?
say,
Yeah,
who I wanted to is different, but,
who I expected to.
This is
different.
all your preference.
Gotcha.
Who do you want to go all the way?
I had two leads. I had Kermit, of course, and then Mickey Mouse, and those ended up in such a disaster state.
yeah.
I did not. Ooh, it was not good. It was not good. RJ, what were yours?
Okay, of course, I have to go with the classic Mickey Mouse, but then also Simba. I was hoping Simba would really go all the way, just because Simba's I don't know, he's just my favorite. So, yeah. Jessalyn?
I think for me, I don't know. Belle is my main favorite character, so Belle would be an automatic. And there was still a part of me that was kind of hoping that Ursula would get Maleficent would get a little bit more attention. But she honestly, and we can get to this later, she was staying close to Mickey Mouse there at the beginning, so yeah.
Oh, now I will say this: we try to make it as fair as possible, but we also don't pick who goes up against each other.
No.
So we do use AI to pick and kind of slot it into categories. Because look, who would think that Mickey Mouse should go against Maleficent first round, and that would be any sense of fair?
That's
like
rough.
It's not. But we try to make it as random as possible. So we pick all the characters, we put it into an AI system, and then it chooses how to divide it up for the brackets in a random order, so that way we're not biased and like, oh, we should put this person with this person. So we try to make it completely random, which makes it a little bit more fun, because sometimes you're like, oh, this person's a shoo-in, and then they lose. You're like, what just happened? Why did they do
Yeah,
this?
And I know, like, being on my side of things, actually seeing live how people are voting, absolutely like nail biter. I felt like every 5 minutes I was refreshing and then be like, we're tied, and then we're up and we're down. It was all, I mean, at the beginning we had some people like Kermit that were like not getting any attention, you know, but for the most part our people were neck to neck the whole time.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into it. The first round we had was, all right, let's just go with the first category, which was Belle versus Ursula. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys how you voted, and then we're going to see how everybody else voted against this one. So, Jessalyn, how would you have voted?
Belle. There's not even a
course.
question.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. I didn't vote, but yeah, I'd agree.
Definitely. I think Belle is the shoo-in for this category as
like
well.
Ursula.
And everybody else. Everybody agreed with us on that one. Belle got 31. Ursula got 5.
Wow.
Yeah, she didn't get a lot at all.
Wow, she didn't get a love.
It's like she wasn't even a
that
second
was
thought,
rough.
like Belle, automatically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was a rough vote for sure. But yeah, I think that was pretty, I mean, like rough for Ursula anyway. All right, let's go into round 2 and look at that one. That was Goofy versus Moana. Now, I have to admit, I had a little bit of a hard time with this one because Goofy's a classic character, but I love
he's the
Moana
Fab
so
Five.
much.
Yeah.
I would probably vote for Moana, but what would you guys vote for?
I would vote for Goofy. I'm so sorry. Listen, Goofy has 2 incredible movies, okay? A Goofy movie and the sequel to a Goofy movie.
Which is making a
incredible
comeback
films.
right now. The Goofy movie is making a huge
'cause
comeback right now.
They're doing a documentary on how they made it, which is really cool after 30 years. But like Goofy is just hilarious. Like you ever watch the like how-to videos with Goofy and stuff, like how to watch sports? Those are hilarious.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
see
they are
Moana
good.
getting that kind of love, okay? Like she's
Yeah.
not nearly as funny as Goofy. Now, the Moana movie is fantastic. Moana character not as funny or as the lovable
No,
as
I
Goofy.
get that. I get that.
Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goofy is a better character overall. Moana is a better movie, I
Yeah.
guess, in my opinion.
Except for Eye to Eye.
So,
Eye to
yeah.
Eye is like such a good song. Just putting it out there. Great song. It's a song from a Goofy
All right.
movie if you didn't know.
Did I ask you, Jessalyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jessalyn, who would you?
No, I think I'm like torn because I love Goofy. He's one of my favorite Fab Five characters. But also Moana has a special place in my heart because of Bella. So I think I'm going to vote strictly mom-based here and
Gotcha.
go
Yeah.
Moana for that one.
Yeah. Mela does like Moana.
It was this
loves
one
Moana.
was really genuinely a difficult one, but ultimately Moana came out 22 and Goofy with 12 votes. So Moana did
not
come
really
ahead by
close.
10. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one I think was a little more challenging and probably one of our closer votes from the whole competition, and that is Flynn Rider versus Stitch. And I think we're all going to
Yes.
vote differently on this
I
one.
think
We
I
are.
don't think
We
either
for
any
sure
of us,
are.
yeah. Okay, who's going to go first then?
All right, Noah, why don't you go first? Because I think you're going to be different from Jessalyn and I.
Okay. So Tangled is a great movie. Okay, I love Tangled. It's hilarious.
is.
Songs are wonderful. It's great movie. But Stitch has this chaotic, bad, good, neutral personality that just makes me laugh every time I see him or hear anything about him. But on the other hand, Stitch has so much merchandise in the Disney parks. It is
So
hard
much.
to breathe without looking at a Stitch hat,
Yeah.
backpack, or spirit jersey.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
he's infected the parks. It's very bad. So this is a
Yeah.
hard one because Flynn Rider is awesome because his nose is never characterized correctly. That's a great story.
Yeah.
And then Stitch has infected all of the parks with his merchandise. And I don't know what I'm going to go for, but it would be almost a tie for me. But I think finally I've come to the decision of doing Flynn Rider as my vote.
Oh
No
no
way!
way!
Yeah.
I was
I
not
think-
expecting that from you.
I'm wearing a Stitch hat. Like, this is
I
how much you
know.
can't escape Stitch.
Well, I just thought you loved Stitch.
I do love Stitch. It's just, he's put such a bad image in my brain with how much merchandise he
He's
has in all the
everywhere,
parts.
yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
Disney
I
just
would
saw
agree.
him and it was like, we're going to put that on everything and make a buttload of cash. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh.
Noah's not lying because the two main characters
No.
that you can buy the most at Disney World is Mickey Mouse and Stitch.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's
Yeah.
actually
honestly,
insane.
they're like neck to neck. And really, I mean, people like Stitch, but I think there are way better characters than
Yeah.
Stitch. You know?
Well, I heard
Yeah.
it explained this
No,
way.
I would agree.
Is that there's the girls that like Disney princesses, and then the girls that like Disney princess heroes, and then there's this weird middle ground that really don't like either, and they go to Stitch. And that's why he
Interesting.
sells so much, is because there's these girls and boys that don't really fit the criteria of heroes and, you know, princesses or whatever, and they choose Stitch because he's that neutral, just chaotic force, and that's why they
Gotcha.
choose him. But I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he's a good character. Don't get me wrong. Even watching the movies this week with my daughter, like watching the Stitch movies, I have not watched those movies in so long, and they're hilarious.
Yeah,
like
they're
I've
good.
They're
enjoyed
awesome.
like the little
Yeah.
shows and stuff. I think that Tangled though is the most underrated Disney movie. So I'm gonna
Yes.
vote for Flynn Rider, in my opinion. He is my favorite. Plus, I love Zachary Levi like in everything. So Zachary Levi as an actor for Flynn Rider, plus Flynn Rider as a character is just one of my favorite
Yeah.
characters.
Now, I do
of
have to
all
say,
time, so
Tangled is not the most underrated Disney movie. It might be the most underrated Disney princess movie, but the most
yeah,
underrated
okay,
Disney movie
Princess.
is Chicken Little. Chicken Little is so good and hilarious. It's the best. I laugh every time I watch it. Go watch
Oh,
it.
my
It's so
word.
hilarious. I quote it at least once a week. It is just amazing.
Oh
and
my word.
No.
Oh my word. No, Jessalyn, who would you pick?
I'm going to pick Flynn Rider. And
Yeah.
I think it's probably because Flynn Rider is like my favorite Disney male character.
yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, like he's funny. And I was thinking about this when I don't want to, yeah. I love the Tangled movie. I love it mostly because of Flynn Rider,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah, I like it better than Rapunzel. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
I
had,
would
I
say-
had students from like the very beginning when we posted this on Sunday. Monday morning, I had students walking in saying, Flynn Rider better make it all the way. Like he's just a loved character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do
Yeah,
have to
that's
say,
great.
if there
See,
wasn't as much Stitch merchandise in the parks and everywhere, and Stitches wasn't plastered everywhere, my vote would
Yeah.
probably go towards Stitch. It's just at this point, I'm kind of sick of seeing him because
Yeah.
the cartoon little guy is everywhere, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is one of the reasons why I'm really disappointed that they canceled the live action. Again, I'm over live action movies, but I really wanted Tangled to make a comeback, and they had a live action planned, and then they just canceled it recently.
I didn't
and
know
that's
that.
devastating to me
Yeah.
because, like, out of all the live actions, this is the one I wanted.
Was
Yeah.
Zachary
And, like,
Levi going to do
imagine-
it?
Imagine if Zachary Levi and Mandy
Oh.
Moore did it as
Yeah.
Flynn Rider and Rapunzel. I don't know. It would have been awesome. Maybe Mandy Moore would have been. Both of them would probably be too old at this point to do those characters.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
Don't say that. That's so sad. Like
Oh.
they're like childhood characters for me.
Next
They're
round
not
of
too old.
voting.
Move on. All right, well, let's go on to the next category. This one kind of shocked me too. Elsa versus Genie. How would you guys vote?
Ooh. I think Justin's staring me down. Does that mean it's me?
I don't know.
Yeah, how would you
I
vote?
don't know. Honestly, from like here on out, every time I got to a character match up, I was like,
Yeah, a lot of them have been rough.
yeah.
See, for me, if you're thinking about it just from the character, not from the movie, Genie is a better character than Elsa is every
I would
time.
say so, yeah. Yeah, I'm agree. I'm
Because
gonna
like
say
Genie is just more lovable and he's just more fun and funny. Elsa's
Yeah.
just kind of whiny a little bit. You know, like if you're considering just the
dramatic.
character without the story, right, then Genie is a more fun character than Elsa. Jessalyn.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
I mean, I agree with it, but I don't hate Elsa.
No, I don't hate Elsa either. I just like Genie more.
When I first watched Frozen, I was watching. I'm kind of like, Elsa's kind of a bit of a drama queen. And she's not the nicest, most loving queen I've ever seen. In the second movie, she's kind of.
She's like pretty female. Like that's pretty much how we all are.
But yeah, a little rough around the edges. But like, Justin, what would you vote for?
I think I would end up going with Genie, but it would be hard because I like
Yeah.
Elsa. I do, and I like the new twist of what she brought to Disney. I guess like more of a queen aspect than the princess aspect, and independency and things like that. Like I liked all of that, but Genie is a classic character. Yeah.
Now, this is where we do our special little poll. Would you rather have cartoon Genie or live action Genie?
Oh, definitely. 100% both.
The thing is, the live action Genie was more funny to watch. The cartoon Genie had more actual comedy, like jokes and little lines and
Yeah.
stuff. Like I heard somewhere where they had like 90 minutes of extra uncut vocals of just Robin Williams just talking and making fun with the
bet.
character, and
Yeah.
they just didn't have anything where to put it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I would go with the cartoon, I think.
I think I would
Because
go with cartoon.
RJ loves the live action Aladdin, and I like it, but there was something about it that I didn't just like obsess over.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
Well,
it
the
was the
story
Genie,
was
which I like,
different.
and I love Will Smith. Like, I mean, that's not an issue for me either. I just like, I don't know. Like, I've always loved the classic Aladdin, so
Is it
I
because
didn't
of the
fall in
auto-tune?
love. Probably.
The end of the movie was much different. I will say that. I like the cartoon end of the movie better, but I did like Will Smith as a Genie too. So
The
not
nails
to,
on Jafar in the live action were so
Oh,
long. It's
they were
so
freaky.
gross.
I don't know why I remember those
I
specifically,
did not
but they were
like the
bad.
Jafar in the live action. Like he
Yeah.
was too
but that-
teenerish
he
for
was
me.
too good.
I liked the
Alright.
Sultan in the cartoon better too. I just liked him for some reason, but the new one
Yeah.
is just kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Overall,
both are good,
Aladdin
though.
cartoon's better.
yeah, a lot of cartoon.
All right, the next one, Rapunzel versus. Oh, I'm sorry. Elsa got 15 votes. Genie got 22 votes. So Genie
okay, a
moves
little
on
close,
to the
little
next
close.
round.
Well, it was
Yeah,
a
it
close one
wasn't-
there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next one is Rapunzel versus Woody. Rapunzel
Oh,
versus Woody.
so easy.
Ooh.
I can't. Oh, Rapunzel, hands down. Like,
Yeah.
love her.
I'm not a fan of Toy Story at all. So, like, for me, it's definitely a Rapunzel as well.
And even if
I'm
I was
on the
gonna,
teeter-totter. I'm on the teeter-totter with this one actually,
Teeter-totter.
because
I don't think I've heard
what?
that expression before.
really, well, I'm on it, so. But because like Woody has, I don't quote Woody as much as in the first Toy Story. I don't quote him nearly as much as I should because he has so many good quotes that I probably can't say on the podcast because they're a little like, like the one where he's like, I have a lot of words to say, but there are preschool toys around.
Oh yeah.
I need to say that
Yes.
more, and I just haven't. But I think I'm going to go Woody just to be different as well, to get a reaction out of you two.
You're not going to get a reaction from me.
I just
don't
think
like
that
Toy Story.
okay.
Oh,
I don't.
there we go.
I like Toy Story because, like, once again, '90s kid. Like, I like Toy Story, and don't get me started on Toy Story 3, like how that emotionally traumatized me. Like,
Story
I
4 was
mean,
me.
like, oh my goodness. But I think of all the Toy Story
I fell asleep
characters,
during that
I
one.
wouldn't pick Woody as my favorite Toy Story character. I've always been a big Buzz fan. I've always liked
Oh,
Buzz.
You're a Buzz
So,
girl.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Especially in the third one. He was my favorite in the third one. When they turn on the Spanish mode.
Oh, that one was good. That was really funny.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Woody.
This one
I'm gonna
actually
go with Woody.
This one actually wasn't as close as I thought it would be. Rapunzel came out way ahead with 25 and Woody with only 11. So I was actually
Wow.
really shocked by that. But you
Yeah.
know, Rapunzel does have a lot of character building that they didn't do in the movie if you watch the TV series, which our daughter loved forever. So I've watched a lot of those episodes. The TV series for Rapunzel was really good.
Yeah,
I
it was.
enjoyed that series just as much.
Yep.
All right, the next category does not shock me whatsoever. And this was Kermit versus Simba. Kermit
I know
versus
my vote.
Simba.
Okay, I do have to say
Okay.
something funny. I think I didn't pick a good picture for this one. I should have picked Cub Simba because, and I just couldn't find a good one because one of my students was like, I totally voted for Mufasa over Kermit. And I'm like, that was Simba.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But I think this one's a given for me, Simba, for
Yeah.
sure.
Definitely
Simba
Kermit.
for me.
Definitely Kermit. Kermit's just
You had a few, like, and you had some like core
Really?
people on your side. Your mom voted for
Really?
Kermit,
Yeah.
and Julie,
Your
my
dad.
sister-in-law,
I'm sure.
voted
Yep.
for
yeah.
Kermit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Her too.
You know?
Good on you guys. Yep.
You know, all your people,
Yep.
your people voted for
Yep.
Kermit.
Yep.
I think they felt bad for you.
I could go grab my banjo
but-
right now. Okay.
Please go get your banjo and play us a song.
It's the song. You're the banjo man.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
But Kermit
This
is the
one
best.
wasn't even close.
Kermit
28
won.
to Simba and 9 to Kermit.
Oh my goodness, he didn't even make it to the tens.
That's like a third. That's like a third of the votes.
That's just as bad as Ursula versus Belle.
Yeah, but
It's
Kermit's actually a
almost.
good
But he
character.
didn't do as bad as Ursula. So
That's true.
Yep.
That is true. So Kermit won in my
Yep.
heart. Next round, please. I
my.
think we're done with this.
This one actually shocked me. I thought this one would be a lot closer, but Olaf versus Aladdin. Olaf versus Aladdin. Who would you have picked? Let's go Jessalyn first. Who would you
Ooh, not me
pick?
first.
oh, Olaf.
Noah?
Olaf.
Oh, see, I picked Aladdin. Aladdin is my favorite. No, I really like Aladdin a lot. Olaf is a great character, don't get me wrong, but I also love the character of Aladdin, and so I would.
I
picked
love
Aladdin for
Olaf.
Sure.
I
Yeah, Olaf was pretty
really
classic.
love him. Yes. Actually,
Yeah.
can we go back to our very first conversation where we said we were hoping people that would make it to the end?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do Belle versus Olaf. Yeah.
Interesting.
I love
I
Olaf.
can't give away the vote, even though I know how it goes. All right, and then the last category for round one. Oh, Olaf got 23. Aladdin got 12. So
Wow.
not
So
even
almost
close.
as bad as
Yeah.
Kermit.
No.
Just agree. No, just agree. Just agree with me. Please let me have this.
Oh my. All right, next round is Mickey Mouse versus Maleficent.
Just, I'm
we
so
definitely
sorry.
need to know Noah's opinion first on this one.
Mickey Mouse, obviously. There's no other option. I definitely didn't make a TikTok about it.
Mickey Mouse for sure.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse.
Next
Just that you
round.
Mickey
Just-
Mouse
who'd you
won
vote for?
25 to 12.
Almost as bad as
I-
Kermit.
I would. No, wait. What was the numbers?
25 to 12.
Okay. I was one of the 12 that voted for Maleficent.
I just think it's kind of difficult to vote Maleficent when Mickey Mouse is the literal icon
No,
of Disney.
I know that. I just
Yeah.
felt like a hypocrite if I didn't vote for Maleficent because she's my favorite villain.
And you,
Like-
you have conflicting
I have-
results behind you because you have
know, I've
ears,
got-
Mickey ears of your character Maleficent. So it's kind of like
know,
a
but I
battle.
No, I do have one Mickey Mouse thing behind me. I've got my Mickey Mouse popcorn bucket next to my Star-Lord mixtape.
All right. Well, now going into round 2, the first round we have is round 2. The first group of characters we have is Belle versus Moana. Belle versus Moana. All right. We know how Jessalyn would vote.
Belle.
Noah, I'm curious how you would vote.
That's a tough one.
Is it though?
Are we
Is
are we
it?
counting the live action Belle or is this just cartoon Belle?
This is classic Belle.
Classic Belle? Okay.
Belle versus Moana.
Are we counting live action Moana?
We don't even know what that is yet.
That's a joke because the movie hasn't come out yet. Gosh. Huh. This is really tough. I think
Oh, it's Moana for me.
I'm going to choose Moana. Actually.
No,
Yeah.
Noah, you were not supposed to let me down like that.
Now you know how I feel with Kermit. Now you know. Justin just pulled up her note card.
You're so wrong, Noah. I would expect it out of
This is all over
RJ.
again.
RJ and I are polar opposites, but like you, Noah, come on.
You went against me and Kermit. You get the claws.
Well, Belle came ahead and went into our finals, and it was Belle 22, Moana 17. So that one was
Ooh,
really
that
close.
That was close.
That was
It's almost as
close.
close as Kermit.
Yeah, that was close. I think a lot
Yep.
oh my word, every round.
Okay, so I will say, well, no, I can't say that. Never mind.
Oh,
All right, next round we have, next group of characters, Flynn Rider versus Genie. I think this was probably the hardest one for me to vote
Yeah,
for
this is a
because I
toughie.
love both of them equally.
It's not hard for me.
All right. I
have-
think I would probably have gone with Genie.
Really?
Ooh.
Really?
I don't know. I love Flynn Rider though.
Yeah, you do. I
It's
would
too
go-
difficult for me to decide.
I would go with Flynn Rider. Flynn Rider for sure.
I think I'd go Flynn Rider. I think I
it's
would.
too difficult. It's really challenging
Yeah.
to decide between the two of them.
What's
They're
your thing
great,
about
though.
Genie over Flynn Rider?
Well, I like both of them, no doubt. Genie is just more fun
Okay. Well,
than
really?
Flynn is.
Is he though?
Yeah, I feel like he is.
Yeah, I
But
guess
Flynn
so.
Rider is
Yeah.
equally a really cool character.
Yeah.
And like he literally carries Tangled in my opinion. So like
agree to
love
that.
Yeah,
both
he
of them.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said this is probably the most challenging vote I had because I like both of them
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
But Flynn Rider came ahead 22 to 19. I think that has to be the closest vote we
That's
had.
close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that is
close.
close.
You know, it's
There
a
was
22
one
to 19.
point-
Yeah, it is the closest vote we had.
Okay, so it was this one. There was one point where, like, because they were neck and neck the whole time. And there was one point where it was like, at one moment I would check and Genie was ahead. And the next moment I would check and Flynn Rider was ahead. So really, I had no
Yeah.
idea how that one was going to go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
It was
That's really
close.
close.
It was the closest vote we had, which goes to my challenge that both of them are equally as good.
It's almost
Um,
as close as Kermit was at winning.
Stop. Oh my goodness.
That's the last one I'm going to. Don't worry, there will be no more of. It's almost as close as Kermit.
I doubt it.
Stopping myself.
Okay, and this has to be the most Kermit-esque category right here, and that is Rapunzel versus Simba, because I would definitely 100% pick Simba every time.
Or Mufasa in most cases.
Mufasa.
Cases.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
I would
what
pick
would you guys pick?
Rapunzel.
I think I'd choose Rapunzel. She's got a frying pan, Simba doesn't. Kind of equals out.
And she's fun and she sings
And she's got a frying pan.
Hakuna Matata.
I've been told a couple times that I have the same personality as Rapunzel.
Especially with the
I
frying pan.
have
You
a
go barefoot
collection.
outside with a frying pan?
frying
I don't
pans?
go outside. But like, I do have about 5 frying pans, so cast irons. Thanks to my dad. I cook with them a lot.
All right. Well, Rapunzel came ahead 29-12 versus Simba. So it was
hurts.
clearly Rapunzel in this case. Okay. This had to be the absolute worst category
This
in
was
the
the upset.
whole world.
Yep.
All right. We have Olaf versus Mickey Mouse.
Let's have a moment of silence for.
We haven't said the results yet. Just what would you vote for if
Yeah,
this
but
were
if
you?
people can see our screens right now, they know exactly what happened. Look at Noah.
All right. For me, I would definitely vote for Mickey Mouse. And I did vote for Mickey Mouse. Jessalyn, who did you vote for?
Well, I voted for Olaf.
Jessalyn.
I just had reasons. Like, I
Jessalyn.
had reasons. Noah! Where did you come back? Where did you go?
I turned my screen off for them. It will show up in the recording, just not to them. I just turned my camera off.
Okay, here's my reasoning. Okay, I know, like, he's the face of Disney, and I love that, and I have all the Mickey-shaped things. I do love that. But, like, if I'm gonna buy merchandise and there's an option between a Mickey Mouse and a Minnie Mouse, I'm going for Minnie. Like, you know, like, Minnie's my favorite original Fab Five character. Okay? But Olaf... I just love Olaf. I love everything
No,
about
no, it's
Olaf.
fine. It's fine, Jessalyn. It's fine.
I know.
I voted for
Nothing
Mickey
can
Mouse.
stop us now.
I should have lied.
Well,
I voted for
apparently
Mickey
something
Mouse.
can stop us now.
I logged
because-
into Instagram for the first time in how many months just so I could vote for Mickey Mouse because I heard he was tied. And I voted for him. And what did it do?
Nothing. Because
Exactly.
Olaf won 24-17. That was pretty close too.
Because something did stop us now.
Oh man. Yeah. I literally said the same joke.
Yeah, but I said it funnier.
All right, so our final 4 are down to Flynn Rider versus Belle and Olaf versus Rapunzel.
So-
Olaf versus Rapunzel, Flynn Rider versus Belle.
This is the part of the podcast where I am no longer a part because I literally cannot decide between the 4 of these.
All right, are we ready? We have our papers ready for our votes for round 1. Flynn Rider versus Belle. Flynn Rider versus Belle. Everybody gonna reveal?
Yep.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. Y'all like
You
my
lose,
signature?
course.
you lose. You voted for Olaf.
That
you
is a
lose.
good. That is.
Do you like it? This
No.
is her
She voted
princess
for-
signature at Disney World.
Oh,
Isn't that cool?
That's cool.
I did that. Okay.
All right.
For kicks,
So
RJ, can
for
I
those
share?
for those on the podcast, Noah and I voted for Flynn Rider, and Jessalyn voted for Belle. Sorry for those who just listen, not watch on YouTube.
Yeah, because you get to see our papers and how cool we wrote them, except for RJ, because he doesn't put any customizability into his.
So we have.
Oh.
What's happening? I'm so sorry. Okay, we have decided when we started this new stuff of the podcast that we would ask everyone for round 1 and 2, and then we would make the final decision for the final 4 and then the final 2. But I was genuinely struggling like how to pick, and so I said I'm just gonna post the final 4 and just see what everyone else would say. So you want to hear what everyone else thought about Flynn versus Belle?
Sure.
Yep.
Literally tied. 50% to 50% towards Belle versus Flynn Rider.
Wow, that's insane.
Nice.
So we would have had to do the tiebreaker there anyways. And I guess
Yup.
Flynn Rider's the one who made it.
Yeah.
It makes me
Okay.
sad. My girl.
Next round, Olaf versus Rapunzel. Olaf, the guy who upset Mickey Mouse, versus Rapunzel. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1, show.
You picked Rapunzel?
I did.
Noah, you spelled it wrong.
Nuh-uh.
It's R-A, Rapunzel.
That's
not
an A if you look at it
Rapunzel.
weird.
It's an E.
It's an A if you look at it funny.
So for those who listen on the
wanna
podcast,
mention
Okay, you don't have
signature
to
at
mention.
Disney
That's how they
World.
do the signature. Next thing.
all right. So for those who are listening on the podcast, Jessalyn and I voted for Olaf, and Noah voted for Rapunzel.
Now, I do have to say, I like Olaf a lot. I did this mostly just because he upset Mickey Mouse, and I have a lot of stigma and spite behind it.
Are you just gonna like forever hate Olaf?
Yes, now I am.
Okay, this is probably the hardest vote I think I've ever made, and that is Olaf versus Flynn Rider.
I really need a moment to think about this.
I need a moment
really
to
do.
think about it.
And you
while
might
we were
need to create a
thinking-
paper.
Yeah, some
While
of us
we're
might need to create
thinking-
paper.
More
Maybe.
people
I'm not sure if I
voted
am.
for Olaf than Rapunzel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
See, do I
It was
need to
close,
write a
though.
paper or not? I will pretend like I'm writing a paper. Do not know if I am writing a paper.
Okay, you've got 1 second.
All right, RJ,
Ready?
give us a little commercial break.
Yeah, give us a commercial break.
Magic
Tell us what
Candle
our
Company.
next category is going to be.
I was gonna do a Magic Candle Company plug right
Okay.
there. Just kidding. Our next category is going to be.
You can just say it.
Oh well, I was trying to give you time. It's gonna be Disney movies
Okay.
as a whole. Disney movies. So that's anything movie related. We're going to do a poll to see. So I think we're going to post something asking what your favorite movie is, and then we'll combine them all.
Yes.
And then once we combine them all, we'll put that up as a poll where we have the top 16, and then we'll go down to do the same process all over again. So yes, that's going to be a difficult one, but I think because there's a lot of good Disney movies out there. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Olaf versus Flynn Rider. Final round. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2,
Are we doing this all at the same time?
Yeah.
1. Oh, one at a time sounds even
Oh,
cooler.
that does
do
sound
that.
Jessalyn, go first.
Justin, go.
Why me? It was
Because
my
you
idea.
you said it.
Go
You said
first.
it exactly. Go.
I pick Olaf.
Noah.
Flynn Rider.
Yeah. Because Olaf sucks because he tore Mickey Mouse's win.
RJ! Oh no!
Flynn Rider is the best Disney character out of the sample that we had.
But you know what? I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad because I almost
I'm a
voted for
little
him.
mad. I'm a little mad because Mickey Mouse and Kermit both lost, but you know.
Oh man, my
No,
students are
this-
gonna be thrilled.
During that time, I was making a little Ewok village house in a tree, so to pretend
pretty
like
cool.
I was making a thing. Yep.
Did you like
Thought
my
I'd let you know that.
Olaf though? Did you like my
I thought
Olaf?
it was nice. It was nice. It was better.
It's not
remember
bad.
that? Remember the time that
The
we
first
tried
one was
drawing?
bad.
Yeah, those ones are bad. Those ones were really bad. We should
Yeah,
do
my
that.
my
should do a
rose is
weekly
not
picture.
my favorite, but I like
No.
my Belle signature. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
That should be an Instagram post. We draw pictures and we have to vote who won.
Yes, let's do that.
Podcast pictures.
Ooh, I am not participating
Yes.
in that. I
We
can't
should
even draw a
have-
stick
We
figure
should
straight.
have we should have our listeners tell us what to
Yes.
draw, and
Yes,
then
we
we draw
should.
it and we vote. Yes, that's what we're
That's
gonna
a
do.
terrible
We're doing
idea
that.
for
No,
me.
no, we're
doing
doing
that.
it. We're doing
Yep,
it.
that's it. High five. Wait, no, high five. Down here. Yeah, yeah. Can you believe Flynn Rider won?
my.
Wow.
I can't believe he
Yes,
did either.
I'm so happy he won.
But I like him a lot, so I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Yeah, I'm really happy he won. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, next week we are going to be doing movies versus movies, so
movie
keep
versus-
that in mind and start thinking. By
Movies.
this point that the episode comes out, you should already see our first poll, and it will
Yep.
be closing Monday night, or it should be closing Monday night, I believe. So, or Tuesday night, I can't remember. Anyway, you should be seeing our first poll up on Monday during the day.
Yep.
So definitely get out and vote for those. You can vote on Facebook or Instagram at Carousel of Conversations. And Noah will probably be posting some TikToks with
Yes.
some live results of the first round and the second round. And so definitely some exciting things happening next week
And
with
always
the
fun.
movies. All right, we're going to go ahead and end. Any final thoughts? I think that Simba should have won.
I think
But
Kermit should have
anyway,
won. He was very close
Yeah.
to winning, though.
yeah,
I'm
very
really
close.
kind of surprised that you guys didn't pick Belle.
I'm really not.
I'm
Noah.
not.
Flynn Rider.
Yeah, Flynn Rider's
Noah.
awesome.
It's Flynn
Oh my
Rider.
goodness, it's because I'm the
He's
only
got
If it were
female.
Flynn Rider versus Mickey,
Mickey would be winning.
that would have been rough.
Mickey would have been winning for me, but Flynn Rider has a small
RJ,
Belle
is there
doesn't.
anybody that you would have voted for over Mickey?
Oh, if Kermit and Mickey went against each other,
Flynn Rider, maybe.
Yeah.
I would have such a hard time if Mickey and Kermit went together.
Simba.
You would pick Simba over
Ooh,
Mickey?
You probably would pick Simba over Mickey.
No,
Yeah,
what about
probably.
you? Is there anyone you would pick over Mickey?
I don't know because I also like Kermit. So if Kermit and Mickey went in a battle against each other, I would have a heart attack.
Yeah.
That would be difficult.
Imagine how I felt when Olaf went against Mickey Mouse.
All right.
This is where we end the podcast,
On that
right?
note, that's
Justin,
gonna
do
do it for
recorded
today's
thing.
episode. Thanks so much for hanging out and listening with us this week, and make sure you get out and vote next week. More participation makes it even more fun for sure. All right, well, on that note, we are going to end. And now we are not going to play the same pre-recorded message we played last week.
Whoa, we did it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our show. Before you go, please don't forget to gather your belongings and head over to our email at carouselpod@gmail.com to ask us your questions. Oh, and wouldn't you believe it? You can now bring the magical sense of vacation right into your home. Check out the Magic Candle Company and use our exclusive link with the code CarouselPod at checkout to get 15% off your order. And don't forget, we're here to help you plan your future Disney trips. Just send us a message at rj@famvia.com. Until next time, we'll see you in a great, big, beautiful week.